Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wa salli wa sallim ala nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. The dislike of praising someone in their princess by Sheikh Allah Muhammad ibn Salih Al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah, taken from the explanation of Riyadus Salihin, translated by Abbas Abu Yahya. The 60th chapter, the dislike of praising someone in their presence because you fear that he will be corrupted by concept, arrogance, etc., and the permissibility of praising someone who is rightfully secure. 1797 from Abu Musa al-Ash'ari radiallahu anhu, who said, the Prophet ﷺ said, you have destroyed or broken this man's back, agreed upon by Bukhari and Muslim. 1798 from Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, a person was mentioned in front of the Prophet ﷺ, and another man praised him with the goodness. The Prophet ﷺ said, woe be to you, you have cut off the neck of your companion. The Prophet ﷺ kept repeating this statement. Then he said, if one of you has to praise some person and there is no other option, then say, I regard him to be such and such. If you regard him as that, then Allah is the one who takes him to account, and no one can testify about a person above Allah. Agreed upon by Bukhari and Muslim. 1710 from Hamnan bin al-Harith from Al-Miqdad radiallahu anhu, that a man began to praise Uthman radiallahu anhu. Al-Miqdad sat up on his knees and began throwing small pebbles at his face. Uthman said, what bothers you? He said, indeed the Messenger of Allah said, if you see those who praise people in their presence, then throw that in their faces. Quoted by Muslim Imam Nawawi said, these are hadith which prohibit praising a person in his presence. However, there are many authentic hadith regarding the possibility of doing this. The scholars have said, the way we combine this apparently opposing hadith, if the one being praised has perfect iman, certainly is secure in himself, train his soul, and possesses awareness to the extent that he will not be trialed or deceived by the praise, nor will this praise play upon his conscience. Then he, in this circumstance, is not prohibited, nor is it disliked to praise him in his presence. If, however, any of these above matters are feared and that person is not secure, then it is disliked to praise him in his presence, and it is indicated in the strongest terms. The differing hadith are understood in the context, and according to this explanation, what is mentioned regarding the possibility of praising a person in his presence, there is the statement of the Prophet ﷺ, said made to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, I hope you are from them, meaning he ﷺ hoped Abu Bakr will be from those who will be called into the paradise from all it gets. And the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, you are not from them, meaning you are not from those who trail their garment below their ankles to show off. Also, the Messenger of Allah said to Umar radiallahu anhu, I do not see the shaitan except that he follows a pathway other than your path. Taken from the text of Riyadus Salihin. Sheikh Muhammad bin Salih Uthaymeen said in his explanation, the author brings forth an explanation concerning praising another person, and the question arises, is it necessary for a person to praise his brother with what he has or does or does not have? There are different situations to this scenario. The first situation, that there is a benefit in praising him and this encouragement for him, motivating him to praiseworthy characteristic and noble manners. There is no harm in doing this because it is encouragement for your companion. Therefore, if you witness generosity, being good to others, courage and sacrificing, and you mention his qualities in front of him to others, in order to encourage him and make him firm in order to continue with what he's doing, then this is good and is what is intended by saying of Allah Ta'ala, help one another in birr and taqwa, virtue, righteousness, and pity. The second situation, that to praise him in order to make apparent his excellence amongst the people, in order for this praise is to spread amongst the people, so they respect him, as the Prophet ﷺ did with Abu Bakr and Umar. Concerning Abu Bakr, the Prophet was speaking one day and asked, who amongst you is fasting today? Abu Bakr replied, I am. Then the Prophet asked again, who amongst you has followed a funeral procession today? Abu Bakr replied, I have. The Prophet said, who has given charity today? Abu Bakr said, I have. The Prophet asked, "Who amongst you has visited a sick person today?" Abu Bakr replied, "I have." The Prophet said, "These matters are not gathered in a person except he enters paradise." Collected by Muslim. In addition to this, the Prophet once spoke of the one who threads his garment on the ground out of pride, and that Allah will not look at him. And Abu Bakr said, "O Messenger of Allah, indeed one side of my garment loosens away from me, do I attempt to keep it up." The Prophet replied, "Indeed you are not of those who do it out of pride." The Prophet said to Umar, "I do not see the shaitan except that he follows a pathway other than your path." This means that when you, O Umar, follow a pathway, then shaitan runs away from it and takes another pathway. These are examples of the Prophet explaining the excellence of Abu Bakr and Umar, and there is no harm in this. The direct situation to praise someone and to take it to an extreme and to describe him in a way that he is not worthy of it is prohibited, and it is lying and deception. For example, mentioning a leader or a minister or someone of this rank and extolling him and describing him with the praiseworthy characteristic which he does not possess. This is not permissible and is harmful. For the one being praised, the fourth situation, someone praise another person with that which he does possess. However, he fears that the person being praised will be deceived by this and being become a mess of his own self and becomes conceited with himself and raise himself above others. This is prohibited and not permissible. The other mentioned hadith regarding praising someone in his presence. Woe be to you! You have cut off the neck of your companion. This means that it is as if you have slaughtered him due to your praise of him. This means that your praise caused him to raise himself, become conceited, which is why the Prophet ordered for that to be drawn in the face of those who praise people in their presence. If it is well known that someone does sit in a gathering of noble standing and does accept that he praises those present, and this person is one who praises those of high status, but it's not like the one who praises anyone and everyone. This person is the one whom you hear. He impresses anyone and everyone, good or bad, time and time again. But other type of person praises any senior person, judge or scholars, etc. Whenever you sit with them, in this case it is permissible to throw dust in their face, because a man praised Uthman radiallahu anhu. So Al-Maghdad stood and took small pebbles and threw them in the face of the person who praised Uthman. Asked him, "Why do you do that?" He said, "Indeed the Prophet ﷺ said, if you see those who praise people in their princes, then throw that in their faces." Now, to conclude, it is incumbent upon everyone to only speak good, because the Prophet ﷺ said, "Whoever is in Allah on the last day, then he should speak good or remain silent, and Allah is the one who gives success." Taken from the explanation of Riyadh Salihin by Sheikh Allah Muhammad bin Salih Uthaymeen, Volume 6, page 562, 565.